I'm assuming everyone can hear me. Alright, awesome. I'm having to log back into Twitch on my phone to monitor the stream. So just hang on a second while I'll do that. Alright, here we go. So, how are you? Hi, Marty. Alright, so this is about where we left off. I still haven't had any time to... I'm fine, thanks. I still haven't had any time to actually fix the document to include everything that I wanted to, but we just need the phonology and romanization schemes, so we should be fine for this stream. So for this one, we are going to be running through the subreddit prompts first, all in Shalanda, and then we are going to be running through the Kanlangs University prompts, which I've actually written there. So let's start. Subreddit prompts. Word prompt: to do one's best. So this is all about trying. So let's make a few words for trying. Maybe an attempt. Something like that. Do you have any suggestions? It's still collaborative, so I'm still taking suggestions. So verbs do not have a particular structure? No, they don't. Neither do nouns. Alright. I'm probably going to copy the... I would rather do root words for Lexember. It gives way to more possibilities after that. I had the perfect set of emojis for that. I'm just going to link the gallery, it's fun. Yeah, weirdly enough, I actually have that in my bookmarks. So, something condescending. I'm pretty sure I can do that. So what should it be? I'm going with that. This type of notation for now. Let's look at the lexicon and see what sounds we don't have. We do not have any aspiration. And we have a few pronasalized sounds. And we do not have much palatal nasals, I think. Or approximants. So let's go with something that has a bit of everything. How do you romanize that? Let's go with that. Actually, I'm going to go with that. It's better. So that's a verb. Oh no, it's not that way. I used to do it. How did I do it here? Yeah. Okay, no, that should definitely be there. And I'll just... I swear I'm good at this. Oh, if I activate my IPA keyboard, it's much better. So this is, yeah. T... Okay, how do I do that one? I'm looking for the way to do this character, but I have no clue. Oh, okay. So it's this, yeah. Oh yeah, I still haven't modified that one. There we go. Going back to this one, and the phonology and romanization. So, something patronizing. How about creating an exception that isn't... Let's say that this verb is never used in the first person, because one would not talk about themselves that way. What do you think? Yeah, I'm probably just going to copy that definition without the last part, because we don't need two equivalents to English. Yeah, they can, but this would not be just self-deprecating. I'm just going to put rarely and not never. Now, do we want to derive something from it? Or to create something that would have given that verb? Or just to create another word? Ah, derivation for newbie or neophyte, yeah. Sure, what should it be? Why not create a way to express a participle or something that makes this verb become an adjective? How do we say... I think I had a word for... oh. We could use something that is a bit Englishy and go for one as an impersonal pronoun and have it also append to verbs to mean one who is trying, one who is doing something. So it would be Kitilia. And that gives us a way to have a substantive from a verb. And we'll worry about the... I'll be checking all of the words for harmony and everything later, so I don't have to do it for every word and lose a lot of time on the stream. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to have a way to create a substantive, even if we are only creating it through this. Do we consider it a noun or... I think so. For now, at least. And this one could be the one used in self-deprecation. So, by the way, this is the format I'm going for, or with, rather. Oh, I forgot that. I wanted to have some precision here. I don't remember what. I wanted to have something, it'd come back anyway. So, do we want anything else for derivation? Or do we want another word entirely? Resultative, so someone who... something that has been tried but failed. Such as a failed attempts. Something like that. That's what I wanted. Okay, so what could that be? Do we want to have a resultative form for every verb? Or do we just want one that is associated with this one? Is it a regular thing? Or is it just derived from it and happens to some verbs, not others? I don't even remember what the default form is. I think it's perfective. Yeah, so it's... unmarked verbs are considered to be imperfective. So we should have a way to mark for the perfective. So I'm willing to go with that, but we still need a way to mark for the perfective. How do we want to do that? Actually, let me pull back the... there we go. Yeah, we do not have a way to mark that. Well, it could be, but it could also be something very regular that affects all verbs except some, as opposed to it only affects some and not others. It's a matter of quantity and proportion, rather. Yeah, I think later it's better. I heavily dislike palatal being followed by E, though it could mess with the... it could mess a bit with the harmony, I think. We still haven't decided on that. So, it might be nice. You know what, let's go with ni. Yeah, that's it. Oh, right, it does that, so it's this one. I'm going to find it, yeah. Which one is it? Yeah, it is. I'm not dreaming. There we go. And it would be a resultative, so it's an adjective. Oh, no, you wanted a noun, sorry. Let's say that's the resultative. Or rather the perfective. So, that would be the perfective. Or... Actually, no, that would be the resultative. And let's say the perfective is built by adding nie, and the raising of the vowel makes it a resultative. Forgot a vowel? Oh yeah, I did. Thanks. So what cool polysemy can we insert in one of them? At least one. I have a few ideas, or at least one, that is, which would be that a failed attempt could also be the noun for a sabotage. Sabotage, I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, exactly, Charlotte. And for now, I'm not going to make it a regular thing for the raising of the vowel being a resultative. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with it. I don't understand what you just typed. Actually, no, I'm going to add that here. Yeah, I know. I saw that. That's why I called you Charlotte. Oh, okay. I think I'm going to leave it this way. And that should be good. Okay, it's been like a bit more than 20 minutes, so let's go to day 2 and see what it's about. A place to hang something up, such as a hook. Alright, so I'm going to be posting all of the words or the responses to prompts in all of the threads after the stream. And I'll also add a few notes in every page. So this is about hanging something and storing it, I think. Is it a place to store, or would it be something to... Hanging suspension, yeah, sure. I'm wondering if it's temporary or not. Is it in not temporary or not, just long term versus short term? So is it like a closet for your clothes, or is it purely like where you put your coat when you are at someone's house? A coat hanger, that's the word. Is it also for a meat hook, like at the butcher's? Do we have separate words for them? So let's see. So for now, I'm going to go with just a hook. Something that is for, yeah, for clothes or food, just a generic word for hook. A hook or rope, so just a place where things are hung. Hi, Kiwi Chai. I do not know who you are. Yes, but what is the general concept? Is it just a hook? Or is it, as Charlotte says, a hook or a rope? Like, just something where you hang stuff? Because it can be a hook, it can be a rope, it can be, I don't know, just a piece of wood. Well, the definition did say a place, but that's in Yulparija. In Yulparija? I don't know how to pronounce that exactly, but this is not our language. This is not about Yalanda. This is another language, so I don't think we should be taking exactly that definition. Oh, you're taking place that way, sorry, yeah. Maybe it could be very, very general, like it does designate a closet, a cupboard, or the hook, or the rope, or any piece of wood on which you generally use for that purpose. Well, I was thinking about fishing hooks. Do we call them exactly the same as metal hooks to hang stuff? And I don't think we do. Because even though the shape is the same, probably, we do not use them for the same purpose. So maybe we should just have a word for fishing hook, because this prompt is obviously about hook and hanging. So a name for a noun, a word, it's a word. A word for fishing hooks and another for places where you store things. Very general, it would encompass closets, cupboard, just a hook on the wall. Yeah, me neither. I'm going to create two words. What should it be? Do we have a word for to fish? I don't think we do. To navigate a river, that's the eng. Equip. That's a boat. No, we don't. Alright, let's get back to the romanization and devise two different words. Yeah, yeah, so it seems to be the consensus between our three, anyway. So yeah, I'm going to create that one, which is going to be let's see. Which one is that? Actually, let's go funky with the orthography. So there is this one, and let's see, what could we do? This one. That's a good call, yeah. So something that would be an open storage, such as a coat hanger, or maybe a drying rack. Actually, no, let's have two words for that. One for storage where it does something like a drying rack, versus another that is very static, like a closet or a coat hanger. Kiwi-chai, are you familiar with the phonology of the language? Or the language at all? Yeah, that's this one. I don't think it should encompass houses. Ovens, I think it, yeah, I think so. Because an oven is where you store stuff for an indeterminate period of time while it cooks, and then you just take it away. Same as a drying rack, except the length is not the same, of course, but apart from that, I think it's pretty good. Yep, that's the one. So this one is going to be... how do we define that? No, I would think that they do have bread, which generally needs some kind of closed oven. They would need to have some kind of agriculture for that, or at least some open fields of a certain cereal, something to make flour from. So they would have ovens if they have bricks. Do they have bricks? I'm going to be safe and do that. Okay, how do I do this? Yeah. That's a nice word. So this one is going to be about what was it going to be about? Oh yeah, a closet, or yeah, a closet cupboard. So this is about a closet cupboard. Yeah. Do you want to create any other words? I'm going to go to day 3. Oh, the fishing hooks and everything. Fishing hook ties in nicely with the prawns for Caroline's University, which is about things that are in the water, like fish. To dry clothes and to fish. I think we have a prompt for food and sustenance a bit later, so I'm going to not do that and skip to day 3. To dry fish. So we would need some kind of derivation from noun to verb. Yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to add some notes. Let's... Actually, I'm going to change to Tiliani and have something a bit more regular for the resultative. So this is... I'm going to go with that. No. This way. Sorry. Wrong column. I'm going to create a word for to dry fish just after that. I'm not sure. Why would there? Is the process actually different? I'm not sure it is. I've only ever dried meat, not fruit. But I'm pretty sure the process would be the same. If it is different, then I wouldn't be opposed to having separate words. Well, you hung meat because you don't want it to be accessible to like ants, rats, and every other parasite. But really, it's the only reason you hang it. You could just hang fruit too. I think I'm going to want a distinction between it comes from the sea and it comes from the land. That's the kind of distinction the Yalanda people are going to be making, I think. So I'm going to also have and then we can have using the derivation we crafted for day one. Oops. We're using the derivation we crafted for day one, the resultative one. We are going to be able to have dried meat and dried fish. Or rather, dried seafood and dried land food. As nouns. So that would be nice. So how do we say to dry seafood? Oh, that's a good one. I would say no, because they don't actually fly in the sky. They can glide some and maintain themselves in the air if they are falling, but that's about it. So, no, it wouldn't extend to flightless birds. But maybe it could extend to like some mammals like sugar gliders, because they actually take to the air, even though they don't actually fly. Like, you mean birds who do not attempt at making amends for their flying, or something like that? Uber's actually helping the London people. That could be nice, yeah. I mean, at some point we could just create stuff that, like mythical monsters and everything, like proper nouns, their names. But right now we should be, yeah, we should definitely be doing the drying stuff. And I do want them to have separate roots and not be just append another suffix to, or another affix or another mutation to one to get the other. Like it's not dry plus seafood and dry plus land food. It should be two very separate stems. Oh, so yeah, a sort of Genesis style for how the chickens came to be. That could be fun, yeah. Me trying. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no problem. So, to dry seafood could be. We don't have any words that starts with W. We don't. So it's going to start with W. We don't have many O's in all of this. So it's going to have an O. I don't think we ever used the glossal fricatives in that one, we haven't. This is a very, very boring way to make words, but it works. Let's go with that. So this would be how do I type that one? Yeah, that. Oh, I forgot to change that one. And this one is going to be oops, wrong. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's a D. And this one. There we go, that's done. And as such, we can have I would say so, yes, because it's just healthier and easier to digest. Well, rather no, it's not necessarily easier to digest, but it does like keep it in a good condition for way, way longer. I still can do it, yeah. And this one is going to be, actually I'm going to do that. I'll still have to remember to activate my IPA keyboard. No, no worries. Go ahead. I can always add to the definitions or modify or anything. Actually, should it only be to dry food, both of them, or should it also be to just prepare, cook, bake, or any type of preparation from the raw products to food that you are going to eat? You are just asking whether I want to have sushi. Because, I mean, on a personal level, I always want to have sushi, it's good. But for the people, I'm not sure because sushi is prepared in a very specific way. Like, all kinds of raw fish nowadays are pretty much frozen and then defrosted before preparation. That's how you kill the worms inside the fish. I'm not sure about how it was done before freezing was a thing. I'm not sure if it was done. I'm not really an expert on sushi history or even just Japanese history. No, it's not that one. And here it's not that one either. And here. There we go. So perhaps you are expected. I'm not sure what you want to mean exactly with expected to. And I'm not sure how to express that. Like you have to do that before or not. Is there really that much lag, or are you writing long texts? Well, yeah, culture stuff, but I'm not sure I understand what you mean by to be expected. Like, do you mean that they just are culturally obligated to have stuff that preserves well? Because then they would only be drying ever. And you would only be eating jerky, pretty much. Because something that's just cooked is not going to preserve well. Unless you mean that you have to ensure that it's maximally safe, and then you are expected to serve either dried foods or very fresh fish that you've like fished in the morning or bought in the morning and it was fished in the morning. I think there really is that much lag. I'm going to be checking. Yeah, I'm at 2500 kbps, so I'm not sure what I can do. No, there isn't that much lag. It's like 15 seconds, maybe 20. Yeah, 15-20 seconds. Oh, okay, so you have to be able to provide... Okay, yeah. Having dinner? Wait, aren't you Cha? I thought you were in the UK. Why are you having dinner at 2? Well, 1 for the UK. Oh, alright. I'm not going to ask where because that would be disclosing your location and to everyone watching the video later. So I think we're good for day 2. At least for now. And maybe we are going to work on some more things. Because we do have several prompts about food. Down the line, so now let's go to day 3, which was already open. I'm an idiot. Oh, I hear the moon is very nice at this time of year. Okay, so this is very much about boldness and hair or lack thereof. So let's go with something that means hair. That seems sensible. Alright, so this is going to be a noun. Means hair. And I'm going to check whether... I think it's... nouns by default are plural. Nouns are by default considered to be plural. Are you having dinner right now, or are you telling me that you are going to have dinner in a few minutes and you'll have to be disconnecting? That's alright, Kiwi. Who are you on Discord, by the way? Oh, okay, you are eating right now. Gotcha. So, as nouns are plural by default, I think this should mean the whole hair, not just one hair. And we'll have to use... Maybe we should just have key used that way. We'll see. So, how do we say hair? Just Kiwi, okay. All right, yes, I remember who you are. Okay, gotcha. So, how do we say hair? You know what, I'm going to have fun, because this is apparently an allowed word. There we go, this means hair. And you know what, I'm still going to have fun. I'm going to be using that one. Oops, forgot the vowel. There we go. So now let's skip to day 4. Yeah, not 3. What? Whoa. I'm very funny. So the pessimist complains about the wind, the optimistic expects change, the realists are just the sails. So this is about boats, sailing and wind. Have fun, Kiwi. Thank you, Char. Alright, so day 4 is about sails, sailing, winds and boats. We already have a word for boat, it's nda. I think. Yes. Nda. Yeah, boat's nice, so. What do? We already have boat, we already have to navigate the sea and to navigate a river. Yeah. So, do we have distinction? Because nda would be for boats in general, everything that goes on the water. But do we have more specific types, like classification of boats according to their size or purpose. Yeah, the culture is still very much port orientated. So, a word for an experienced sailor. Good wind and bad wind is very good. I'm going to have all three of those added. Actually, I'm going to have one adjective. And a noun. Because I'd rather have a specific adjective for to be experienced with boats and sailing. That would be a... It's an adjective, I'm describing it as a verb. I'm going to leave it at that. Maybe the word for elder would be the same as a sort of substantive from the adjective. But then I would want it to be the elders of the tribe or village, not someone who is just older. Like a council of elders would have that as a name, I think. If we do have a council of elders. I'll have to do some word building streams later. So this one is a good wind. This one is bad wind. Yeah. Would you derive the words from a good wind and bad wind for the same root? I'm not sure. I would rather have them separate. Like, in general, if someone suggests two ideas, I'm going to have them separate. Not from the same roots at all. Actually, do we have anything that is from air or... No, we don't. Okay, I'm going to change that actually. Wind. I'm actually going to do that. And just get rid of the English. Yeah, actually I'm going to do that. Just adjust the definitions a bit. So those words cannot be plural, which is the default in this language. And just get rid of a few articles that in English signify that they are singular, when in this language it would actually be plural. So now I was thinking of having wind, and then have good wind be literally sea wind, and bad wind be land wind. So how do we say wind? Technically we could go with wind, but I don't really want that. I mean, it would be a valid word in this language. So we need to have a word for land and a word for sea. Maybe we already have that. Stars, nights. We don't have a word for sea. Shinya. Yeah, sure. What would that one be? Would it be wind? I'm going to go with wind. Yeah, it's that one. Alright, so I'm going to take some add-ins and put a word here. Oh, oops. CCVC. With the second consonant on the answer being an consonant. I need a word for land, a word for open waters, that's how I'm going to pronounce that, such as a lake, an ocean or a sea, open salted waters. There we go. So a word for a sea, a word for land, and from that we are going to be able to have compounds that would mean bad wind and good wind. And then we are going to make those words. So why don't you guys come up with a few words? We are going to probably vote on them. Yeah, I'll just do a straw poll. And we can go on after that. And while you are devising some words, since it's collaboration, you are going to have to do that, I'm going to go make coffee. Alright. Rarunya. Rarunya. Yeah. Alright. Did you have another? Yeah, that works. If Charlotte is alright with that. What would come before? So, Haruni would be for... Actually, I like Tom better for C. Haruni for land. Mostly because Haruni sounds absolutely disgusting. And there are sea people, so it makes more sense to me that the sea would be more attractive. No, bulb is not legal word. You need a nucleus. I am very funny. I'm going to have a straw pool. Oh yeah, no, it was .me here. There we go. That would be ton. And this... Oh, I'm going to write them in IPA2. Absolutely loving the font issues. No, it's not that one. Yeah. I'm voting for that one. Welcome back. We are going to be voting for which word should be the one for land. Oh, really? Five viewers, that includes me. I'd like to have one more vote. But if we don't have it in like 30 seconds, it's no bother. Ha! Okay, can we have one less vote? Because that's absolutely no fun. Alright. Oh. Okay, not that way. Not like this. Sorry. Alright, so I'm going to choose. Which means I want this one. Though really, I don't really care. But still. I don't know, I quite like this one too. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one, because picking the first one makes one person unhappy if I'm taken out of the vote. So really, I'm going to go with Kemjo. Yeah. And I think I'm going to go with Ton for open salty waters. Salty waters. Not sure. Which means that the last one, Rarogne, is going to be for Sailor. Alright. So now we have to choose how to make rules for compounding. That's how I did it. Yes. So, rules for compounding. How do we do it? Do we actually create compounds? Or... Oh, did I? Yes, I did. Thank you. Right, so do we actually want to create compounds? Or do we want to instead... Oh, that's a long list of words. Or do we want to instead just have words that used to be compounds in a proto-language and now are not just compounds, they are their own lexical item? I'm not sure I want to do either of those. I know we have to do one of those. Unless you find me another good strategy to say, to have good wind be sea wind. Yeah, I wanted to just slam them together and have a few sound changes at the borders, which would mean that they are from proto-language, probably. Or that we have very complex compounding rules. Huh. I think I'm going to just smash them together. What is the order for adjectives in this language? I don't quite remember. Adjectives follow the noun. So it would be wind good. So it would be wind sea and wind land. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just going to slam them together. how do we imply direction? Because we could just turn them into adjectives. That, for instance, it would be a wind from the sea, literally, but it wouldn't mean that it is from the sea. It would be that the sea is giving it. Well, a mandatory connective vowel between the compounds is going to be a bit hard, depending on the order, because, for instance, if we have if the N is O, and, well, O, and we can't really insert a vowel there, so it could be something that gives a vowel, vowel, vowel in the order, which is 3 syllables. And that's a bit long. Preposition is basically the same as the vowel, except it's not as bothersome phonetically, depending. No, I think I'm going to want to transform them, the nouns, into sort of adjectives with the meaning of it comes from this. Something like a directional or we do have a genitive, which could be origin. Would we want to use a genitive as an adjective? Because then that gives us another use of the genitive. Because we haven't even decided whether we wanted the genitive to happen to the possessed or the possessor. I'm going to create a poll. Not really aquatic versus terrestrial. This is all about it's given to us by the sea versus it's given to us by the land. So good versus bad. Or maybe we should use air, actually. Like a wind from the air, because of this taboo on stuff that comes from the air. Maybe we should just have a word for air and derive bad from that. Which one is the thing with sky? Do we have a word for sky? Night. No, we do not have a word for sky. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And we could, instead of just having words in our Lexember sum up, we could have nominal phrases. I think I think I'm just not going to do anything with the land. Like, we should have wind, then sea wind for good wind, and air wind for bad wind. And just nothing for neutral, or no implication. The land should not be... I don't want to have such an axis like in Dungeons and Dragons with alignments. I don't want sea, land, air for good, neutral and evil, or lawful, neutral and chaotic. wind from the air. So we should have a word for air. I think that's the one, yes. Exactly, I don't want the land to be a midway between the sea and the air. Because it doesn't really make any sort of sense when you are in the middle of the sea, like at large. You don't have any land. And in that situation, seeing land would be good, whereas seeing the air or the sea would be either neutral or bad. So I don't like that it doesn't hold that well, if it makes sense. So what's a good word for air? Or rather the sky. Skies. So do we want a word that is reminiscent of a European language? Or any other language actually, if you know the word for sky or skies, or air, in any other language than English, please do tell. It'd be nice to have a few more Easter eggs. Or references, whatever you want to call that. I'm just going to look up sky in... Perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, it's ciel in French. Nice. Today I learned. That's an abundance of... Yeah, it's a label second. Himmel. Himmel. Even in Nebe. I don't know how to pronounce Czech, but I'm guessing it's Nebe. See, it would be awesome to have those in IPA. Like, the Mapanese sky. What's Mapanese? Oh. It's this. Yeah, I'm not going to have any more information, right? Oh, please. Does Google Translate actually transcribe that? Kong. Thank you. No, Google Translate usually gives the the romanji. Or some sort of phonetics thing, I think. I'm going to check that actually. Wiktionary is a good one. Huh. Let's go with that. We do not have IPA. Gotcha. Etymology, pronunciation. Kong. Okay. Much better. Okay, so it was pinyin, not. It was not from Japanese. That's why I didn't recognize the romanji. Because I don't think romanji actually uses the macrons. Empty, empty, sky. Oh, Kong. Okay. So it means something like sky, air, space. Okay. It's used in a bunch of ways. In Chinese, I'm guessing it's Mandarin anyway. I honestly don't know. I'm not very good at Japanese. I've actually never studied it. I've read about it on Wikipedia. I've read a few grammars, but I've never really looked at romanji or anything. Okay, so it's also used for vacancy, free, available. Okay. Room, so something that is free or open in some way, or empty. That will make sense. So why not have the word for air be the same one as empty or void? Because that does have some negative connotations. So I'd like that, I think. And I'm going to go with Kong. Because it's actually a legal word in this language. I don't know that game, so I mean I can check. Oops, no 1J. Romanization of the Japanese. Romanization of the Japanese, please. Oh yeah, it does use macron on romaji, so yeah, it does use the macron. But maybe it actually changes. No information on the macron on those paragraphs. And honestly, it's a bit off topic, so I'm not going to dive into the actual articles. Alright. I don't think it's useful anymore. I'm just going to actually use the genitive. Would be faster that way. So, Kong. Only Kong. So adjectives would be after the noun. So that would be Li Kong, because that's the genitive, right? Li, yes. Oh no, that's the wrong one. And that's sees is ton. That's racist. I'm going to add that actually as a note. Oh, oops. Why can't I just trigger citation? Okay, because it's not a shortcut. Does it work this way? Or do I actually have to have aligned it manually? Okay, no, it does work this way. I'm first going to have the genitive thingy. No, the genitive, yeah, no, it works. Kind of. I'll have to find a better wording, but that works for now. And I'm going to insert that here. Can I have stuff like that here? Let's see how it looks. Yes, I can have that here. However, it doesn't respect the format here. I'll have to find a fix for that. I'm going to ditch the italics here. So the C is ton, and the sky is Kong. Used in ways analogous our English use of good and bad. Something comes from the seed, it's generally seen as good and beneficial, while something coming from the skies. I'm going to put a plural here. And here. To be I don't... Oh, prenasal, yeah, okay. So Zambun, okay, not Zambun. Okay, so the onset would be on the prenasalized consonant. Sky isn't just to be... to have adverse effects or consequences. Zambun seems good, yeah. But for the someone who is experienced, not for the sailor. So that's oh no, I'm not sure I like the lateral at the beginning. I'm going to keep ambun, or rather ambun. Yeah, the empty one being someone who is experienced with sailing. So I'm going to keep the ending. Why don't you want to... Yeah. And instead of the lateral, I'm going to go with the dental fricative. Thumboin. Thumboin. That's hard actually to distinguish the prenasalized from just a nasal and a stop. At least for me. Can I do that? Instead of... Or rather... Does that work? Oh, is that how I actually define my main HR? Do I not have HR2? Huh, weird. I'm just going to have nothing here then. Well, I was thinking of playing with the maximal onset principle, so that any nasal before a plosive automatically becomes, if the prenasalized plosive is actually available in the inventory, if that happens, is that document? If that happens, then it would automatically prenasalize the next consonant. But only if it's P, B, or, well, B, or D. And before P, it would automatically turn into a prenasalized B. So it would voice it too. And maybe I'll also play with like closest thing assimilation, so that a nasal before any plosive that is not P or B would actually assimilated to the place of articulation of the nasal. So M followed by T would be mba, prenasalized ba. And M before a palatal or dorsal would also be a prenasalized voice, labial plosive. Whereas an N before any of those, T, double J or K, would be a prenasalized alveolar stop. I mean, it's still up for discussion, and we could talk about it during a next stream. Right, it's almost 2 hours, and we just finished day 4. So I think I'll do another stream. I'm not going to stop right now, but I think I'll do another stream. Probably, let me see when I can. Yeah, pretty much any time except tomorrow. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I can do it whenever. So I'll probably do another stream later, not tomorrow, that's it, to do more words. Now I think I'm just going to finish this week, 5, 6, 7. So it's probably going to take like 30 minutes. Maybe a bit more, because we have spent a lot of time on this one. And I'll probably try different times so other people can join. Alright, so day 5 on the subreddit. To draw a line, I draw like other people bite nails. So this could be about biting, drawing lines or nails. But we do have a prompt on body parts that is coming later. Oh, you're... okay. That's a lot. I mean, relatively to me, but... yeah, I'm going to have something about lines, something about biting, something about drawing. At least 2 of those. I think the one that makes the most sense is to have something about drawing and then something about shapes, so lines, and then we can probably do like a square, triangle, a circle maybe. Have that. Alright, so that's... so they clearly do not have our technological level, so anything like drawing on a computer is out the window. Well, figurative window, they probably do not have windows. The girls had mastered the art of stained glass. And that was 2,000 years ago, so I think that's perfectly fine for them to have. So that would be to paint runes, basically. Not necessarily runes exactly as we see them, but something magical or mystical, or even divine in nature. So that would be to paint magic. Which could be different. Do we want to have different words for to draw with, I don't know, charcoal and to paint? Alright. So to draw, to paint, do we want to have a distinction for painting between painting something small like drawing the letters on something and painting a wall? Or do we just sum them up on into to use paint? Lotsbun to so you would have a distinction between using charcoal for art, or rather for drawing, and using charcoal for, say, makeup or camouflage. Oh, yeah. Alright, so we still need another verb. Oh, right, yeah. I mean, it does work. So, to draw with charcoal, this one would be to paint, to use paint, rather. To do makeup. To apply makeup, that's probably better. Asmin. Oh, Asmin. Yeah, sure. That's for... What would that be for? To apply makeup? Yeah, I think it would be. I never know which of the dead keys actually triggers which nasal. It's horrible. Fuck, I forgot my coffee. Alright, so to use paint. I mean, paint would be a correct word. Rokim. Yeah? Rokim. Yeah, I think we can scrap this one. And then I'm going to want some fun polysemy for the words. And the explanations with like semantic shifts or just analogy. So what exactly do you want as polysemy? Because we can have a lot of fun with that. To use paint could be to hide, or to apply makeup could be to hide. I mean, we already have a word for to masturbate, so go ahead with vulgar. I don't mind vulgarity as long as it's used purposefully. If you just want a word that plainly means dick, that would be a bit over the top because it just has no reason. I'm not sure. I mean, if you really wanted to be cheeky, you would use to apply makeup for that one, because that has actually a reason for beauty. Whereas, yeah, that was my point. And see that's a fine. I mean, it's a slightly over the top because it's a bit too graphic, but other than that, I'm fine with that. Like, what I publish on the server or on the subreddit is stripped away of most things that are a bit over the top. But if I have a fun idea, I just go with it. Something that just makes me chuckle is going to be in there. Though I'm not sure I want that, because as far as I know, this is mostly cultural, and depending on the religion or anything, this could mean that ejaculating not with the purpose of breeding, of making kids, could be considered taboo, so I'd rather not have such cultural implications right now. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to include that because it's too cultural. And we haven't decided on the culture. Not fully, at least. So I'll need to have a world building stream, probably one where we draw the map, because we kinda are going to need a map of where they live at some point. Especially if we want to make another language in the same area and have it interact with that one. So to draw with charcoal would be... Actually, let's have them interact. Mockingly, just I think that's enough. There we go. That's close enough. Do we want to do anything with lines and shapes? And or shapes? Because, like, to draw a line in English is also to put limits. Well, to know that, we would need to determine how the houses are built. Because if they are not built out of wood, and instead are, say, built into a cliff, or into rock, then arson is one, not possible, and two, is not going to yield charcoal. So, do we want that? I don't think so. It's still too cultural, and we still need a world-building stream for that. Which probably is going to be the next stream just after the Lexember ones. Yeah, I mean, I'm up for keeping the ideas. And I don't mind, like, using them later when if we determine that the house is actually built of wood. I mean, maybe boats are made of wood, so maybe it could be a slang for to wage war on the sea. Or rather to burn boats or to defeat a fleet. There are still ways to make it work, because we still know they have boats, and boats are not going to be made out of rock. Or maybe it could be made into a noun with zero derivation, meaning that they are using the policy of scorched earth. When you just burn everything, so the enemy doesn't get to enjoy the resources of the ground, or of the area, region, or whatever you're burning. Yeah, sure. Let's actually do that. Day 6. What is day 6? Generate placeholder. Okay, so a placeholder for name. My name can be that tough to pronounce. Keanu Reeves. I think it's Keanu. So it's about pronunciation, placeholders, and names. Or difficulty. And oh no, there is an actual question there. Alright, let's go for that. How did we name the kernel? That's the whole basis for the kernel. No, I'm going to go with names. Yes, high culture stuff. So instead of having a lot of culture, I was thinking rather of something that, well, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, for foreign lands, we still don't know if there are foreign lands for them. Maybe they live on an island that is all alone in the ocean. They are very isolated. We don't really know how they came to that island from the mainland. And they just think they're alone, and so they don't know that there are any foreign lands. So why would they name them? Foreign lands just doesn't really make sense as a name if you don't know they exist. So that's a bit too cultural. However, the noun for name, or how you call something, how you call someone, That should be interesting. Like, English has noun for how you name a thing, and name for how you name someone, or a pet, or a country, something that will have a proper noun. So, do we want to have such a distinction? We could have the name of this is Apple, and the name of this person is John. So that's a small cultural thing to define, as opposed to what is the world like. As for pronunciations, I would enjoy having them define their sounds and language, but that's a bit early in the world building for that, I think. We would first have to do the body parts anyway. What exactly can we do? Yeah, I want to have something for the name of someone. A concept of cursed names. So... Oh, so having sort of thematical oxymorons. Yeah, that could tie in with naming some, like, a child with the name of a bird. Oh, actually, maybe we could do some world building. I'm just going to say it right now, just so I don't forget. But maybe we could have the elders impose second names on everyone, depending on what they did. So if someone does wrong, they could give them a bird's name as a sign that they are cursed, or cursed. Well, yeah, cursed by the elders, or condemned, or just to signal everyone that they actually did wrong. So we could have that and have a name for that. We could call that a curse or a curse name. And then we could tie that in with the taboo you speak of, Charlotte. Not naming a boat seemed like... I would rather have the boat not being named being the source of bad stuff. Like, you have to name your boat before you take it to the sea, else it's going to sink, for instance. And maybe we could write tales later about that. Yeah. So, let's have a word for name, a word for curse name, and a word for... I'm going to go with opposite name for now, as a working name. Let's have a word for working name, yay. Let's not. I'm going to go with that. And then we said... No, that's going to be grouped into a curse name. And then we have a few world building notes about the curse names. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. That's pretty good. Did I separate the notes? Yes, I did. Because they are not entirely related to the words and the language themselves. So, Gilanwo, Gilanyo. Oh, I'm not sure I like the palatal and the were, the labiovela, just after it. But let's go with that. I don't have to like everything. I'm going to change that to that or that. Which one is it? I don't remember which one we picked. This one. And I'm going to change that one to that. That's a lot of diacritic. So, Shilanyo. Shilanyo. That sounds good. I'm going to go with that as a noun. I'll also have to replace a few things. Yeah, I mean, given the amount of changes I do to pretty much everything you tell me, I hope you don't mind them. Oh yeah, we still had that to do. Yeah, that way. Do we want to separate curse name into something that means curse and add it to the name of a person? Because that seems a bit better. Yeah, name from a curse. So we would also be using the genitive. So we just have Hilanwa as the adjectivization or whatever. Adjectivization, yeah, I said it. It's a noun phrase, so I'm just going to list as a noun. Well, it's no use dehumanizing. It's no use dehumanizing them if you've got them. I mean, it goes with it. I don't think it's necessary to have it on top. So I'd rather use a noun for the name of a person. Vagoi. Is that legal? It is legal. Vango. Yes, it is. Actually, I'm not sure about whether I want the nasal. Oh no, I did it. I think I made a mistake. Oh no, I didn't. No, everything is fine. I was staring at the phonology, not at the orthography, so I was confused by the G. And yeah, it works. I'm not sure about the legality of the nasal here at the beginning of a syllable. I think I'm going to change it to just G. I really like the orthography, well, the romanization. And so that's a noun. That too. There we go. I'll be back in just a minute. I'm back. Alright, so I made a mistake, and that is not. Yeah, that should be the squiggly Z. Yeah, that's it. Still not the. Yeah. And that's not where I should be fixing it. I love alleles too. Don't worry, I love having genes. Is your proposition for the name of an object? Yeah, I'm going to take that. That is not where I wanted it to be. Yes. Do we have anything here? No, we don't. Not anything else. Okay. Yeah, actually, that's a bit better. Yes, it is. You can have a plosive, and then a continuant, then a vowel, and then another consonant. There are some combinations I'm going to make illegal, such as double fricatives, probably. But other than that, it's pretty simple. I mean, I did want it to be simple because I didn't like the idea that it wouldn't be accessible to everyone and that it would be harder to make words than to give them a definition. Because if we have a very, very convoluted system of phonotactics, orders of syllable structures and everything, it's just very painful and it takes a lot of time to check every word all the time. Whereas this can be done on the fly. So that's yeah, that, and that. Not the volumes, right? Yeah. I keep second guessing myself on that. I'll have to fix that too, because if I'm listing meanings here, I'm going to need to have an M dash here, not just a comma. I also like that, but then I'm going to be making root words all the time if I'm translating stuff. I'd rather display the difficulty and the challenge, really, in the phonology, to when it actually has some affixation going on. Like, I'd rather display the pronoun morphology rather than on just making words. Making roots, rather. So this would be Vagoi li Zilano. Zilanyo. And this is this one. Curse names are bestowed upon a member of, let's say they are tribes. Yeah, as soon as I've written that word building bit, we can skip to the next day. Curse name are bestowed upon a member of the tribe by its council of elders. And do we have elder? Yeah, oh, I haven't put in the pronunciation for that one. Well, the phonemes. I'm not sure how Maori ears work. Oh, Maori is, I don't know. I don't know how exactly the Maori works, because I'd rather not read about any Earth culture before I do any world building. Now, I've actually read about them, but quite a while ago, so I don't remember. But I'd rather have something original, even if it happens to correspond to something. No, here is a tribe in that it's a group of people who live together. There is no sense of a family, at least that I know of at this point in the world building, but this is a group of people that lives together. It can happen to contain multiple families. It can happen to contain only a part of a family that is distributed among 2 or more tribes. So I don't know exactly what a tribe is. I just know I want to call it a tribe, because it seems to fit with the idea I have of it for now, which is very, very ill-defined and very, very incomplete. So I know that just people who live together are organized together and can commerce and trade with other tribes. And they have a given territory. That's about all I know. And it's not a very large group. Like, if there are 1,000, that's already a lot. A tribe does not necessarily transcend family, it's just a group of people who organize together. There is a sense of belonging to that tribe, in that you benefit from the work of others, and you you are evolving in a certain territory. I wouldn't say that it transcends family. You just know that you are from this area, that your tribe defends. But it doesn't really mean anything more, I think, for now. And I wouldn't say that I specifically want to avoid the very European thing, or dynastic thing, that you have a family name. If our people had a family name, I would want it to be inside the tribe only. For instance, every fisherman would now be called fisherman or fisher or whatever, because they are a fisherman and they are very likely to teach that craft to their sons and daughters. Or maybe the daughters would have the name of the mother, because the mother would be doing a different craft that she is more likely to teach their daughter. So I don't really know where I'm going with tribe names and everything. So for now I'm just going with name and curse names, because I find it to be a bit more concise and it leaves room to evolve. So family names and tribe names are going to be decided upon in an upcoming world building stream. Yeah, that is still to be decided upon in a world building stream. Let's do the last day of this week, and after that I'm going to end the stream and come back like probably on Monday. To make or drill a hole into something, so you dig a hole, plant a tree, water it, make it survive. You haven't done a thing, you are just talking. Okay. So this is about holes. It could be about planting trees or planting plants, I guess, in general. Maybe we could have a word that... Maybe we could separate planting a tree and planting something else that is smaller. Why is my mouse double clicking? That is a lot of pages. That is way too many pages. 1700. Okay, I'm not reading that right now. I do want to know how it's organized though. Okay. That's 50 pages. Oh, okay, it also has English welcome in. Okay, what if I want to see how the dictionary is? Okay, that's way too many pages. That's a terrible layout. How about the English part? Yeah, that's a very, very bad layout for a dictionary. My first thought on this was to define idiomatic for drilling a hole. Actually, yeah, let's do a sort of idiom, I guess. And explain it in the notes. Perhaps to dig a hole could be a metaphor. That's actually a good one. But we would need a verb for to dig, a way to conjugate it fully, or at least to use it in a phrase. So, we still do not have the persons. I think I'm just going to be working on the idiom itself. I'm just going to make a note that we need to have that there, with Yalanda language being the placeholder for the actual Yalandan sentence, or idiom or phrase. Alright. So that would be to dig a hole. Actually, I'm going to change it just a bit. To dig a hole in the sea. That's much better. I think, at least. So we are about holes and planting things. So let's have a word for area where fruits, vegetables, so let's say they have basic agriculture, at least garden agriculture, not necessarily like whole fields, so that they are actually able to be sedentary for a bit. Alung, yeah, sounds good. And that's, yeah, no, yes, with the eng at the end. I quite like that. Let's have whole. No. I want a verb to go with that. To plant a seed, and then no, I'm not willing to have them like actually displace trees right now. We'll have to decide on the technological level first, like the actual level of technology, so that we know what tools they do have. So April, for which one? To plant a seed or forests, because the nouns are plural by default, so trees would be forests and a tree would be a tree, like in the singular. So our number system would be functioning a bit like a partitive at time. Collective, singulative maybe, rather. Which I quite like. So Epu is going to be this one, I'm guessing. Epu, to plant a seed. That fits. Oh, some words are just... Some words are just a bit too much. I really like that. I just have to do that. The J is partial fricative, I think. Did I misuse the J above? I think I did. Nope. Yes. I think I missed... No, I didn't. Oh, it's double J, that's why I remember there being a J. Alright. This word is disgusting. Love it. Why are you here? Is it... Oh, it's clicking on the name. Gotcha. I don't know where it went. I have no idea where it went. Okay. Alright, so forests as a noun to actually, okay, I'm not hitting the right keys. Please stop. So how do we mark number again? Nominal number. A tree. Because I kind of want to. Would there be a forest and a smaller group of trees? I want to say that yes, there is. Because I'm going to do that. Wait. Yes, I'm going to do that. Which would mean that this is plural. No, this is not plural, sorry. But this is a plural. Is there a more appropriate translation to English? For a very small wooden area, a small group of trees. Because in French there is one. I guess Ghost could do, but I'm just going to look how it's generally translated, because I actually do not know that word. Yeah, copse. Thicket. Thicket is a good one. I don't really like grove for that, because to me a grove implies that it's a small group of trees within something else. Like it, to me, a grove is within another geological environment. It's not just a small group of trees. I guess bosquet works, actually. I'm absolutely biased for bosquet, so spinny, I guess. I guess grove of trees is a bit clearer. I'll go with grove of trees. I think it's pretty clear. Because thicket to me imply that it has not just trees. Like it has also bushes and everything. It's just a very thick area in the woods. So yeah, grove of trees is going to have to do. And I'm going to map that. I think that's a good one, because, yeah, I think that's a good one. So that's forests. Digging crabs. Oh, you mean like the activity? Yeah, because I was thinking, yeah, what about crabs that are digging? Yeah, but yeah, I forgot that it was digging crabs in English. Because in French it's actually fishing crabs, even if it's on the beach. Oh, no, you actually meant crab that dig? Yeah. Oh, are you asking about how we name them, or whether we will have them in the language? In the culture, in the world, I mean. It's one or the other. Are you asking how we should name them, or are you asking if we have them in the world? Because then, really, I would just name them digging crabs. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I see the relation now. Um, sorry, I was being a bit dense. Yeah, they would probably have crabs or something like it. Because like crab is good, so I like them to have good food. Very objective there. So yeah, what about crabs? Yeah, I'm just going to have a word for crab. Not what I wanted to copy paste. No worries. It's perfectly fine to debate mental leaps for when you are thinking about a language that is naturalistic and as such comes from another language that evolved, which comes from another language that evolved, and everything down the line. It's normal for it to have very big semantic shifts and everything. So, I don't mind that. Kind of an analogy, just... I think it's fine, just overall. Zagur. Zagur. Yeah. I don't mind. That's this one, yes. This one. We did not have a word for to fish, but we could have one for just gathering food. That would apply to any food. Though this is not in the theme of the prompt, and we'll have plenty of opportunities for that. Food, what do they use for sustenance? Yeah, that's day 5 in Canais University. Oh yeah, I'm just using this one because I know how to type it, and I'm not sure how to type the trail. I know how to type the trail now. Bam. Done. I replaced every instance. Sangur. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to stop here, work on the language on Sunday, and stream again on Monday. Probably going to do that, yeah. Well, that's not a smart idea. And why? Is the trill not a smart idea? Or my search and replace? Or streaming on Monday? Oh, is it? Did I actually forget that? Oh no. I'm not sure what you mean. It is that as free variation, but the romanization is just R. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but that's free variation. So whichever we want to have as the phoneme, we can have. It doesn't really matter. If you just prefer it with the trill, I'm up to have the trill as the symbol for the phoneme. so it really doesn't matter. Oh no, the table is still okay. That's really not a problem. See, the phonemes here are just written as free variation. I mean, technically I should not use that as a phonemic thing, but I should write it in the allophony section. I just think it's okay to do that. It's not accurate, but I think it's okay for conlanging. Anyway, I'm going to stop the stream now and come back on Monday. I'll decide on an actual time later. You are +8, right? I think you said so. So +8 is +7 from me, which means that the latest I'll be able to stream for you to catch it is probably going to be around midnight for you, for the end of it at least. So I'll try to pick a reasonable time for you. Have a good day.